holes on the field right now from a roster standpoint. I think a lot of that demonstrated itself today. A lot of things to fix in pass protection and tackling defensively on special teams, but penalties too, Joe.
Oh, come on.
12 penalties with over 100 yards. I mean, Coach Prime will probably tell you after the game we could not have played any worse. And you wondered just how much they had emotionally left in the tank after being in the spotlight the first 3 weeks of the season, and then that physical overtime win against Colorado State. They've got to go back to the drawing board, and they've got to go back quickly.
Well, Ty Thompson is in now at quarterback as Sadiq, the freshman tight end, gets some looks. Well, I love everything that Prime is doing in terms of the messaging, in terms of the overused phrase culture change. And the one thing, and we had the chance to visit with them extensively this week, fly out to Boulder and spend a whole day with the program. The one word you will hear over and phrase over and over from the coaches to the players is, we are old school coaches. Yeah. Old school coaches. Yeah. And he referenced Mickey Andrews, the defensive coordinator at Florida State, his defensive coordinator.
Well, who I played against. And really, there are expectations and there are standards that Coach Prime is setting in practice. And if you don't live up to that, there are consequences. If you don't practice hard, if you don't give great effort, if you don't have an intensity, you don't love football, you're not going to play or you're not going to be part of this program. That's how you change the culture, Joe. And I think there's a lot of people out there that see all this and they just think it's always a party in Boulder with the football team all the time, and they're not taking it seriously. That could not be further from the truth. But there are old school principles and values that Coach Prime is instilling in this program. And that's how you get things turned around. And listen, the truth is, and the reality is, it takes time.
Coach is very hard. Coach is very tough, as he will remind everybody, first and foremost, he considers himself a disciplinarian. He had that opening introductory meeting with the program, and players got the message. Not everybody's going to be around. This isn't for everybody. But I'll tell you, the effect of Coach Prime, the past 3 weeks, and where this whole thing has gone, it really transcended football. The coverage of him, everybody just in awe. And there's a lot that goes into the boil pot of why. But you're talking about one of the greatest American athletes of all time, who in a second act of life is
transcends everything, right? It's not just because of his accomplishments on the field when he played. It's his personality. It's the magnetism that everybody just wants to be a part of.
And things will just close out here on a day when, right from the start, Jesse, he said to us the other day, Prime said, we have to start fast. You couldn't have a worse start. Meanwhile, it was the guys across the field who started so fast.
Who had a chip on their shoulder. Felt like a lot of people were watching this game to see what would happen with Colorado, forgetting just how good of a team Oregon is. Dan Lanning delivered that message to his team all week, pregame, kept his foot on the gas. That is an impressive win for the Oregon Ducks.
Now remember, Dan Lanning said, we're not done. We want more. He went for it on 4th down. Put more points on the board. Let's see this handshake. And that's exactly what you expect from those two great competitors. They understand what it's about. You go all out. And that's what Lanning and Prime did. But Lanning had that pregame speech where he said, this is rooted in substance. They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins. And then told Katie George when they were up 35-0, we're not done, we're not satisfied.
Màu đỏ của mình vào tâm điểm giữa. Như vậy thì mình đã cố định được phần nụ hoa lên đây khá là đẹp mắt rồi. Sau khi đã chuẩn bị được với bông hoa và phần cánh quạt hình tròn, bây giờ thì